It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. 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 It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to Frozen Pond Arena here in Gibsonia, Pennsylvania. It is a PIHL Single A matchup of the Blue Division between the Richland Rams and the Hampton Talbots. Thank you for joining me this evening from just up Route A. My name is Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We've got an interesting matchup here this evening. Two teams that are just trying to get an identity here in the PIHL A division. The Richland Rams, we're going to start with them right now. 0-7 on the season. It's been a rough one in their third season back in the PIHL after leaving the Laurel Mountain League. For tonight's squad, it'll be J.J. Vasilko, head coach, there, with his alternates Jared Pavitt and Ryan Unger. Number 2 will be Riley Yorchak. Number 16 will be Braden Bracken. Number 27, Miles Jakubuski. Number 29, starting in the cage tonight, Alea Ladika. Number 43, Sam Friedman. Number 49, Wesley Dunlap. Number 55 will be Talon Urbanic. Number 62 will be Mitch Timsick, your captain. Number 74, Wyatt Horton. Number 78 will be Grant Petrusik. Number 81 will be Evan Wadsworth. Number 82, the alternate captain, Patty Griffin. Number 86 will be Jacob Krinchek. And number 88 will be Dakota Titus. Once again, 0-7 on the season for Richland, a team that is looking for their identity. They're saying they're starting to put it together, however. They stuck in with a tough Cannon Mac squad last week. We're going to go to the opposite side. 3-3, 0-1. It is your Hampton Talbots. They are led by Zach Kuhn, assisted by Nathaniel Conway, and Jake McKee, the former Hampton goaltender. I always had a lot of write-ups on back in the day. We were talking in the pregame about how reading all those write-ups and how I always covered a lot of Hampton back in the late 2010s. But for these current Talbots, they're trying to get a little bit quicker on their team speed and stick in with that A division right now. They're sitting at 3-3, 0-1. That's good for 7th. Of course, that's tied for 6th, technically. It's going to be number 3, alternate captain Elijah Schwartzbach. Number 13 will be Marley Dankmeyer. Number 17 will be Ethan Hughes. The captain tonight, number 22, Preston Cochran. Number 27, Jonah Ginn. Number 37, Pat McCabe will start in the cage. Luke Bowser, number 54. Number 61, Joseph Stevenson. Number 67 will be Scott Cameron. Number 72 will be Elijah Ginn. Number 77 will be Griffin Anigan. Number 85 will be Dylan Fogel. Number 90, alternate captain, Elijah Bukovic. And number 91 will be Konstantin Sars backing up this evening. And number 98, Xander Tully for the Hampton Talbots, those scrappy Talbots, as you're going to see them again on Monday with Mr. Popchalk on the call from RMU when they face Montour. But at this time, I have them tonight. We've got a minute and a half until our face-off here at the Frozen Pond Arena. Thank you for joining me in the Great North. We'll be back with your opening face-off soon.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Once again, back here at the Frozen Pond Arena, up off of Route 8 in Gibsonia, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining me on this Monday evening. We've got a doubleheader for you. This game leads you off, and following will be Knock and Connellsville right after this one ends. both teams, like I said, looking for their respective starts to the season, trying to get an identity. Hampton in the contest, in the thick of things for the postseason. On the opposite side, Richland just trying to put it together and get that team identity down, get that team speed going. They're really liking how it's starting to meld. But we've got a 17-minute first frame coming up. I did go out and decide my schedule for December, just have not posted it yet. So everybody's aware. Next Monday, I'll be at Alpha Ice Complex for Cathedral Prep at Shaler. I'll be back here in 3 weeks on the 15th. That'll be Burrell and Knock, and then North Hills and Butler. In between those two on the 11th, I will have Neshannock, Deer Lakes at Alpha. And then on the 22nd, I'll end my 2025 schedule with a doubleheader at Robert Morris, Quaker Valley at Montour, and then Cannon McMillan at Moon, I believe. I can't even tell my own writing. I'll get it. Whenever it goes up, it'll be correct. Don't worry. But it's at Robert Morris. I do know that. As we always say when we do this, the names will come with the numbers as the game progresses. Thank you for joining me on a Monday evening. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night, Berg Hockey Live on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Checking the nets over for the final times. The officials are talking to the players and the coaches, and as it always goes, they'll line up at center. It's going to be Preston Cochran. The captains will line up, Mitch Timchik. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway here at the Frozen Pond Arena. Urbanic will take the puck on the backhand, throws it off of Cochran. Cochran will pass this one along the board, so he'll get up to center. Dankmeyer couldn't get to it, so it's going to be Urbanic carrying it in. Urbanic brings it into the zone. Throws one from the behind the cage, goes back to himself. A little bit help there from Schwartzbach. Going back behind will be Elijah Schwartzbach. He'll take the puck and dump this one through. Go off of a couple defenders, and it'll be carried out by Cochran. Cochran dumps this one in on to the right of the cage. Back around, Cochran behind. Throws one through. Check will dump this one around. It'll bounce around behind the cage and come into the near corner. Picked up by the Rams. They'll bounce this one back up to the half wall. Going into it is Cochran and Horton. Back around it'll go. Picked up by Stevenson. They'll throw one on a cage save. Made rebound. Hold on to, and it'll be kept out by the starter, Alea Ledika. Ledika getting the start here. She is 0-4 on the season, .348. It's a shot on as Stevenson comes in, rises one above. Trying to get you the stats for Ledika. 0-3 on the season, .648, .857. Back around, Titus takes the puck in the near corner. It'll be passed around to the far corner. Backhanded in front of the cage, picked up by the Talbots. Carrying it out is Dylan Fogel. Fogel will pass this one in past Anigan. And lets this one go back Titus around. It'll be picked up by Jeff Kabowski. He'll just pass this one back out to the point. Schwartzbach will have to chase this one on the pass attempt. It'll stay just inside a line. Go back and forth. Anigan will take this one in to the near corner. Picked up by the Rams on the backhand. That's Titus throwing one around. It'll be picked up and carried out. Jakubowski throws one in behind. Goes in behind the cage, back out to go past everybody and outside of the zone. Chasing out is Timsick. Timsick across center. Gets it around a couple defenders. A big hit in the corner by Ethan Hughes. He'll set up in the near corner. Back behind Schwartzbach passes this one around. It'll be tipped out by Bowser. Back in goes Hughes. Passes this one across. It's going to be carried out. And a nice little pass there to Ginn. Ginn will dump this one in behind the cage. It'll be chased down by Bracken. Up to the point and picked up by the Rams, but turned over and carried back in by Stevenson. Stevenson in the zone, shot on, save made, rebound to the slot, nobody home. Back around the half wall, Ginn passes this one down. It goes off of Ginn. We got a 72 Ginn and a 27 Ginn. Back up along the points. It'll be Elijah Ginn wearing 72. Passed out, carrying it in for Joseph Stevenson. Stevenson in, gets around one defender, comes in, shot on, scores! Joe Stevenson with the goal, his third of the campaign. And it's 1-0 Hampton here at the Frozen Pond Arena. Stevenson just was able to carry that one in and fire one up high glove side over Ladika. And it's 1-0 Hampton. Friedman will carry this one to the zone. Shot on will just go wide of the cage. Back out Stevenson, the goal scorer. There's one back for Elijah Ginn. Again, looking to try to carry it out of the zone. Back up across. That'll be Tolley. Tolley out of the zone will carry it through. Regroup in front of the benches. Out it'll go. Dump back in by Tolley and offside. 13-16 remaining here in the first frame. 1-0, Hampton leads. Faceoff will come outside the zone. It'll be directly to our right. Fogel will step in with Friedman. One by Fogel, back for Hughes. Hughes will carry it in the zone. Gets in around a defender, comes in, shot on, save made, rebound comes back and back into the corner. Dylan Fogel passes one out. Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach shot will be gloved down by Ladika and held on to. 13:01 remaining. Another face-off coming up. Fogel loses the face-off back to Timsick. It'll be passed around for Dunlap, who just dumps one into the zone, and that's an icing call. 12:57 remaining in the first. We're going to bring it all the way back. Face off to the right of Ladika. Timsick brings it across, and it'll be dumped out nicely. And coming the other way is Dunlap. Dunlap 2-on-1 has an opportunity here. Shot on, save made by Pat McCabe, your starter for Hampton. Didn't get to talk about him yet. Patrick McCabe, 2-1 on the season, 3 goals against that, and an .895 save percentage. The senior starting for the scrappy Talbots. 12:48 to go, face off to the left. Timsick will step in with Cameron. It'll be one back to Ginn. Elijah Ginn back in the corner will dump this one up, and it'll be picked up by the Talbots. Back around. It'll bounce out. Weird opportunity here for Urbanic. We saved and held on to by McCabe. That one took a Frozen Pond bounce and just ended up in front of the cage where it was just a ram waiting for it. Fortunately for McCabe, he was in position, was able to make the save. Face-off will be one across. Picked up by Bukovic. Bukovic will dump this one out. Cameron chases it down. Opportunity coming the other way. It's going to be Bowser. Bowser throws the one through. Opportunity. Bukovic. We'll just watch this one go back out. Ginn will get it in front of his own benches. Ginn back across for Bukovic. Dumps one up, and it'll go past everybody. Timsick is going to end up collecting it. Carrying it back in has Dunlap and Urbanic. Timsick watches as a Talbot falls on it. Coming the other way are those Hampton Talbots. So we picked up by Jonah Ginn. They'll come back up and dumped up, but turned over. Opportunity here for the Talbots. Looking for the wraparound was Cochran. Could not finish it off, so it's going to come back into the near corner. Dankmeyer Throws one through on the cage. It'll be held on to by Ladika. And we'll hold on. Face off coming to the left of Ladika. Cochran will step in. And it'll be one back and out. Opportunity coming the other way if he hurries. Krajicek will just dump this one back in. Krajicek will just leave this one down. Be picked up by Schwartzbach. He'll carry it out of the zone. Elijah Schwartzbach brings it in. Gets around a couple defenders. In. Dankmeyer with an opportunity. Could not get it on net. Coming back around, Stevenson watches it bounce around and out of the zone. Schwartzbach will collect this one back and carry it across. Down for Hughes. Back for Schwartzbach, and it'll come back down across the blue, where Schwartzbach will get to it and just dumps this one into the near corner. Back around. It's going to be picked up by Jakubowski. And the Rams will dump this one back in, where Ginn will collect it in front of his own net benches. Ginn gets around a couple defenders, carries it out with a head of steam. Elijah Ginn will just dump this one in to the near corner. Picked up nicely with that head. Finishing up that head of steam was Ginn. Jakubowski has pressure all over him. Over you behind Cochran. Battles in the corner. Jakubowski with a little pressure there. It'll come back out to the point. Ginn's just able to keep it in place. He's everywhere in this period. Back up along. Dunlap will watch this one go out, but kept in nicely by the Talbots. It goes near into the corner. Fogel with a big keep in at the blue line. And again, we'll have to battle this one in the corner with Fogel. Fogel does come in, throws a backhand through, had one in front. Could not finish it up. Ginn once again playing it well. Elijah Ginn here early, all over the place. Fogel dumps it and it does clear the zone. Timsick will chase it down, but that's going to be enough for an icing call. 9:48 remaining in the first frame. 1-0 Hampton leads Richland. A lot of action early here between the two squads. It's going to be Sam Friedman and Fogel. One by Fogel, back for Schwartzbach. And again, we'll battle in the near corner. It'll be up Urbanik trying to battle for it with Friedman. Urbanik will take it, passes this one out. Opportunity coming the other way are the Rams. Getting into the zone is Dunlap. Dunlap shot goes up, it goes high. Anigan throws this one up and it comes out. Tollett will chase this one out, but it's going to be picked up by the Rams and back across. Schwartzbach up around Anigan, blocks it, he's going to come the other way. Anigan throws one across, finds the shooter, shot on, scores! That's Fogel. And it's 2-0 Hampton. Dylan Fogel with the goal, his fourth of the season. 2-0, Hampton leads. 9:11 remaining here in the first. He just brought it in the top of the circle and snapped one off over the glove of Ladika. Timsick will step in with Cameron. It'll be won by Timsick. Back across, it'll be picked up. Jakubowski throws it in behind Schwartzbach, and Timsick will go back behind and picked up Bowser. They'll battle around. It'll be cleared out to the point. Up, thrown in by the Talbots, and they'll carry it out. Up and bounce around a couple sticks. A loose stick in the neutral zone will come back out. Carrying it out is Schwartzbach. Across center, across the blue, brings it in. Loses the puck on a couple red defenders there. Urbanik will carry that puck back across the blue. Into the zone. Loses the puck to Bowser. Bowser will just backhand one up for Ginn. Jonah Ginn. A little bit of battle from Dunlap. Leaves one back. Across it will go. Bounced up to Urbanik. He'll just throw one that goes all the way down. Nice little play for Timsick. Dumps this in one behind the cage. Dunlap into the near corner. They'll battle this one out. Picked up by Ginn, and it'll be dumped back out. Opportunity coming the other way for Stevenson. Stevenson gets the puck behind. Shot on high. Riser goes up along to the far half wall. Back out. Timsick tips this one back out. Past Dankmeyer will go back for the Talbots, and carrying it out is Stevenson. Stevenson will lose the puck, and it'll be tipped back out. Back out it goes. Hughes passes one for Dankmeyer. Back out. Stevenson gets across center. Tries to get around a defender. Does do so. Stevenson in. Has Cochran in front. Could not make the pass, so it'll come back in the near corner. It's going to be picked up by Bracken. Dankmeyer trying to throw one through for Stevenson. It'll come back out to the point, but it's going to be a half wall keeper for Cochran, who just dumps this one in to the far corner. Titus around for Friedman. Friedman tries to tip one out, but Bukovac was able to tip that one back in. Stevenson looking for it in the half wall, but picked up by the Rams. Back out it goes. Friedman passes one across, but it's going to be picked off by Cochran. Goes back behind, and Dankmeyer back for Stevenson shot. A riser goes to the side. Bukovac shot, tipped in front. Oh, looking for Stevenson coming in for the easy one. Nobody able to get to that one, so back out goes Friedman. Friedman will just take the puck and dump it back in. 6:39 remaining in the first frame. 2-0 Hampton leads. They'll pick up the puck behind their own cage. Cochran will carry it on the line change. And again, can't get to it. It's going to go to the lake. No icing on the play. They're saying you got a piece of it. So it's going to be your check. Getting an opportunity here. And Timsick will carry this one across. It's into the zone. He's got a 3-on. Timsick for the backhand. Throw one in front. All the way out. It's going to be picked up by Horton. It's back out. Timsick with an opportunity. Throws one on the cage, and it's going to be a nice shot. Back out. Hampton will dump this one out. Fogle loses the puck temporarily. Picks it up. Carries the backhand. Gets to the half wall. Throws a soft one on the cage, and it'll just be covered and held onto by Ladika. 5:52 remaining in the first frame. 2-0 Hampton leading Richland. Face-off will be won, and a puck will go back into the near corner. Bukovac dumps one down. Fogle goes on the backhand. It's going to be picked up and carried the other way. Urbanik brings it into the zone. Opportunity here, and offside is the call by the officials. 5:34 remaining. They'll regroup just in front of the Talbots bench. Fogle will step in with Timsick. It'll be one back to Urbanik. Urbanik will just dump this one in behind the Talbot cage. Back around. Ginn collects. Waits for it. Thinks about it for half a second. Throws one down. Bukovac throws one up and out. Come those Talbots, but it's going to be picked up and passed out to Urbanik. The Rams carry it into the zone. Will hit along the board by Ginn. Urbanik will pay him back. Opportunity here for the Rams to come back in. Behind the cage, Urbanik throws one on in front. Nobody home. Goes past Titus on the clearing attempt. Goes the length of the ice, and that is your icing call. 4:49 remaining in the first frame. Shots are 8-3 in favor of Hampton. Score is 2-0 in favor of those Talbots. Scott Cameron steps in with Patty Griffin. We won back along the half wall. Evan Wadsworth behind the cage. It's muscled off. It was Griffin with him. Wadsworth with the hit. Back around Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach carrying it out of the cage. Bringing it in. Head of steam. Schwartzbach. Shot on save. Made by Ladika. It'll come back around. Schwartzbach will pass this one out to the point. It'll be picked up by the Rams, and they'll regroup, carry it out, try to get around the defender. And into the zone goes. An opportunity coming the other way. It's going to be Hampton. That's Luke Bowser. Bowser into the zone. Throws one on. It's going to be gloved down and held on to by Ladika. 4 minutes remaining in the first frame. We'll have another face-off to the right. of the senior netminder, Alea Ladika. Faceoff will be won by the Rams. Back down it goes. Yorchek will dump it out, but kept in by the Talbots. Brought out Urbanik. Urbanik gets around a defender. Into the zone. Shot on just wide of McCabe. Cochran in the near corner. Throws one around for Stevenson. Carried out of the zone. Stevenson has to watch as the defender is able to separate him for the moment. It's coming back out. Dankmeyer. Back up. Bukovic. Carrying it out Urbanik. Looking for Timsick. If he gets it over, it'll be in for Timsick. Shot. Save. Made in off the pipe of McCabe. Stevenson will dump this one up, and out of the zone it goes. Carrying it in is Cochran. Cochran brings it in. He's got a battle here with Stevenson coming in to help him. It's around a couple defenders. Stevenson throws one in front. It bounces off a defender and behind the cage. Talbot's Timsick. Gets stood up by Stevenson. Comes back, lays down his own fight. Schwartzbach's shot goes on the cage. Ladika will hold on to it. 2:42 remaining in the first. 2-0 Hampton leading. 11-3 are the shots on goal in favor of those Talbots. Face-off won by the Talbots. Back for Schwartzbach. He'll dump this one in behind the cage past Fogel. Around it'll go. Picked up by the Talbots. Backhand shot on by Anigan. He'll come back out to the point. Griffith will dump this one out for Hughes. Hughes gets this one up at the point. Go back behind, shot on by Tolley. Everything goes through the crease, and Schwartzbach will get it back in the near corner. Waits, turns around, throws one back down for Fogel in the near corner. The Rams do collect it temporarily. Toll it behind the cage, gets a big hit by Jakubowski, and it does get cleared the length of the ice, but that's another icing call with 1:54 remaining in the first frame. 2-0 Hampton leading. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here at the Frozen Pond Arena, Gibsonia, Pennsylvania, just up Route 8 from the Turnpike. Single A matchup, Hampton and Richland here. Ginn keeps it in the zone, gets around. They're saying that is offside. It did come out temporarily. They'll have another face-off. It'll be in front of the Richland benches. Stevenson and Fogel with the goals for the Talbots. Be one back to Bracken. We'll dump this one out at Bukovic. Bukovic will carry it into the zone. Shot on will be blocked. Rebound comes out and cleared by Richland. That goes the length of the ice. Talbots regroup. Ginn behind the cage. Runs around, throws one up, and out it comes. Now it comes back out. Bracken will bump this one up off the near wall. Cameron across and out for the Rams. Ginn throws it over to Bukovic. Looking for Jonah again. This one gets dumped back into the point. 1 minute remaining in the second frame. Cameron up along the half wall. He'll dump this one back behind Ladika, and who would just hold on to it, but then has to play it as Bracken helps her out. Back out Timsick. Up across for Dunlap. Back down across. Stevenson behind the cage. Stevenson comes out and gets tipped out nicely by Dunlap. They'll be thrown around, bouncing puck along the side of the cage. Back out it'll go, and goes off of something on the bench. 26.3 seconds remaining here in the first frame. 2-0 Hampton leading. Faceoff will come all the way back down to the right of Ladika. Cochran wins the faceoff on net. Ladika on top of it. Another faceoff to the right. One back. Hughes lets this one back out. Cochran on the backhand rebound opportunity shot. Save. It's going to be blocked. Comes back out. Cochran trying to get to it again. Another shot by Fogel. Rebound comes back around for the Rams, and it'll be cleared out. Schwartzbach in front of us with 8 seconds remaining. Passes this one across. Gets enough for Fogel. They'll regroup. They'll just sit on it, think about it, and with 1 second remaining, they'll let the time expire. And with the end of the first frame, the Hampton Talbots leading 2-0 over the Richland Rams. We'll be back with your second period momentarily.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Stevenson and Fogel, the goals for the Talbots, leading 2-0 heading into the second frame. Thirteen saves on 15 shots. For Alea Ladika, Pat McCabe stopping all 3 of the shots he faced in the first frame. The faceoff will be won back to the Rams. They'll get a shot on the cage early. Look out it goes. Hit by Fogel, and coming out, opportunity coming the other way for the Talbots. That'll be Anigan with the chance. He just throws one to the side of the cage. Back out it goes. Anigan, opportunity shot, save made, rebound comes up. Fogel behind the cage. Tries to tip one through. Fogel up, shot on. Tullett comes looking for the wraparound, but it's going to be picked up and blocked by Titus. They'll throw one through, and that's a goal for the Talbots. 16:20 remaining here in the second frame, and it is 3-0 Hampton. Fogel leading that Selly line. Lock going in front of the cage. Maybe back up. Bowser will lose the puck. Cameron dumps one in behind. Bracken up along past the Bowser. Be picked up by Dunlap into the zone. Dunlap leaves one for Bannock, but turned up around by the Talbots. Cameron passes one out past Bowser to Ginn. Dunlap will dump this one in behind. Schwartzbach takes the puck and regroups, carries it across the top of the circles. It'll be tipped out and dumped back in by Ginn. Cameron, side the cage, gets 3 red shirts on him. Back out Bracken. Picks the puck up and dumps this one along the half wall, and carrying it out. Opportunities, Timsick coming the other way. Timsick shot, save made, goes in! Richland gets on the board as Timsick shot beats McCabe's stick side, and it's 3-1. Just an innocent shot that came in from the top of the circles. McCabe hard time tracking that. I believe there might have been a screen. I don't have the replay in front of me, but it just went under his stick and into the cage. 3-1 is your score. For Timsick, it's his 5th of the season. Face-off will be won and dumped back in by the Talbots. Jakubowski will carry the puck, and it's going to bounce off the back wall and held on to, and that's a face-off. 15:06 remaining in the second frame. Cochran steps in with Friedman. They won to Stevenson. Stevenson shot, save made, and it's going to be lost by the official. The official lost track of it. Quick whistle, 15:01 remaining. They'll have another face-off. Cochran and Friedman will step back in. It'll be won by Cochran back. Stevenson will pass this now. Ginn shot will go on the cage and held on to by Ladika. 14:56 remaining here in the second frame. 3-1 Hampton leading Richland. Each team getting a quick goal here in this frame. Only 2 minutes and 4 seconds long. He dumped up Friedman. Carries it out. Ginn waits, throws one across. Finds Stevenson. Stevenson into the zone. Stevenson gets around a defender. Stevenson's shot will be saved by Ladika and held on to. 14:41 remaining in the second frame. Shots are now 21-4 in favor of Hampton. Face-off, one back, picked up by the Rams. I'll throw this one through. Hughes will try to keep it in. Dunlap, nice little play to try to get it out. Urbanik will have to watch it get chased down to Schwartzbach. Fogel back into his own zone. Come back into the near corner. Tipping it out and past it goes. Dunlap loses it. Fogel's going to be picked up. Oh, they're going to play dipsy doodle around with the puck. I think that hot potato was a little too hot for somebody. Coming in, Schwartzbach can't coming in. Timsick will get to the puck and just bounce this one around past the Fogel. They're playing hot potato, especially tough in the center. Urbanik up across for Dunlap. Dunlap into the zone, shot up off of McCabe. He watches it bounces around and he'll hold on to it. 13:53 remaining in the second. That's only the 5th shot that McCabe had to face so far this game. Just for the record, I've known myself that it is tough as a goaltender to not see much action early, so that was a tough, probably the track on the initial goal by Timsick. McCabe will carry it out of the zone. Across looking for Bowser. Bowser into the game. Brings one on, shot goes wide, comes back out to the half wall. Back in, kept in by the Talbots. That was a nice play there by Bukovac. They'll regroup. Titus couldn't get to it, so they're going to turn around. They'll be thrown in front, but Urbanik will have to collect. Urbanik, cross looking for Dunlap. Dunlap tried to take it on a backhand and tipped out and back to the point. And out it goes. That'll be thrown the length of the ice. Another icing call. 13:18 remaining here in the second frame. 3-1 Hampton leading Richland face-off. Coming all the way back down into the Hampton zone. Friedman will step in with Cochran. It'll be won by Cochran. Back around. Dankmeyer watches this puck get passed out. Stevenson back into his own zone. Up for Griffin. Griffin for Wadsworth. Wadsworth leaves it for Friedman. Sam Friedman will dump this one in off of McCabe. Back out it goes. Jakubowski will throw one through. Look for the tip in front. Oh, opportunity here for Richland. A look for the puck, Wadsworth. I'm sorry, that is Petty Griffith behind. Petty Griffin will watch this one go back out. Jakubowski, nice save. Nice keep in. Jakubowski. Griffin will go down. Apologize, having a pronunciation issue. Cochran will make it out of the zone. Cochran into the zone. Shot low. Rebound comes on. Save made. Back up they go. Bukovac shot. Be tipped and blocked by the falling defender that's down. Hot potato in front of the cage. It goes back into the far corner. Stevenson falling down as he throws it out to Bukovic. Nobody covering it. Bukovic comes on shot. Goes around behind the cage. And that will be dumped out of play with 11:57 remaining in the second frame. We'll have another face-off. Coming down low. Vogel will step in with Timsick. That'll be picked up by Anigan. In the near corner, they'll be carried out by Dunlap. Dunlap, opportunity here, 2-on-1. Dunlap waits for the help. Hughes, nice backhand across for Tully. Tully leaves one in behind. It'll bounce off of Hughes and out of the zone. Hughes recollects as they're all out in front. Schwartzbach dumps this one in. Juchek. Juchek behind the cage, gets muscled off of that one. Fogel collects it in the far corner. Fogel looking through to the slot, but it's going to be picked up and carried the other way. Urbanik. Far corner in behind Tully. For Schwartzbach. Brings it in. Schwartzbach goes through a couple red defenders, and it'll be Urbanik carrying it the other way. Grinchek. Will be brought on. Timsek will throw this one on, but that's going to be offside. 10:42 remaining in the second. Face-off. Going to be in front of the Richland bench. Face-off one in by Hampton. Ginn comes in behind the cage, looking around. Jonah Ginn runs Horton into the boards. Horton comes around, throws one across, finds Elijah Ginn. Back out to the point. Jonah will throw that on the cage and held on to by Ladika. 10:19 remaining in the second frame. 3-1, Hampton leading. Be won by the Rams. Back around. Griffin throws one across, looking for Krajcek. Krajcek loses the puck past Friedman, and it comes back into the Hampton zone as Bowser will collect it and dumps this one back out past Ginn. Jakubowski watches as it comes back out. Ginn tips this one clear the length. Picked up by the Rams and cleared out. Stevenson around for Schwartzbach. Hughes issue back to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach into the zone. It's around a couple defenders. Schwartzbach leaves the zone and back out for Cochran. Cochran back into the zone, gets around a couple defenders, throws one in front. Dankmeyer couldn't get to it, so coming the other way is Urbanik. Urbanik gets in offside, but it's going to be tipped back out. Griffin watches the puck get bounced off of him. Picked up by Stevenson. Be tipped in front, and out comes Dunlap. Dunlap in, shot for Timsick. Rebound comes back around, throws in front. Nobody there. They'll come out of the zone. Stevenson will have to battle this one around. Cochran leaves it for Stevenson. Back to Cochran. Into the zone. It'll be thrown on. And Ladika will leave this one behind. Back out Dunlap. Passes it up. Coming the other way is Urbanik. Urbanik into the zone. Gets around a couple defenders. Line change for the Rams. Down and picking it up is Bukovac. Back in Anigan. Anigan throws one through, looking for an opportunity. Totally couldn't finish it up, so Dunlap coming the other way. Timsick leaves it back, coming around Bukovac. Bukovac comes in around, gets around a couple defenders. Anigan with an opportunity and a big save there by Ladika. 7:41 remaining in the second frame, still 3-1. Face-off going down Fogel. He'll step in with Stevenson. Sorry, with Friedman. Fogel and Friedman step in. One by Friedman. Collected by the Talbots. Oh. Anigan had an opportunity. Brent could not finish up the play. Carrying it out are the Rams. Directly in front of us. Anigan back around. Griffin couldn't get to it, so it's going to be Fogel carrying it out. Fogel gets around a defender. Comes in, shot. Big save there. Ladika. Down. That'll be picked up and thrown around by Horton. Back down Friedman. And it'll come out of the zone. Friedman looks for the backhand, but just leaves it. Tully couldn't get to it, so Krinjak couldn't collect. So coming back out is Ginn. Elijah Ginn on the backhand. And he's going to leave it. It's an opportunity coming the other way for the Talbots. Fogel on the half wall. Watches this one gets cleared up to Hughes and back out and carried out by Krinjak. Krinjak will throw this one on the cage. Schwartzman throws one down and had an opportunity. It was Cameron. Couldn't touch it. No icing on the play. Titus throws one that goes to the half wall, picked up by the Rams. Titus once again throws one through. It's going to be Schwartzman. Schwartzbach going through for Titus. They'll play catch back at the point. Picked up Ginn, and coming the other way is Urbanik. He'll just throw one on the cage. McCabe will redirect that one back out of play. Timsick. Dunlap across Urbanik. Will dump this one back in. Hughes up for Bowser, but it's going to be picked up by Dunlap. Back around, rebound comes on. Dunlap can't get to it. Ginn up for Titus. Titus throws one on. It'll be saved by McCabe. Rebound comes down. Urbanik out to the point. And out it comes. Titus by Jakubowski. Jakubowski passes one out for Urbanik. Into the zone. Urbanik will dump this one in behind for Hughes, who collects, thinks about it, has a half a second, waits, and tries to throw one now, but needs to set up that offense. So be Hughes throwing one up for Bowser, who dumps it in for the line change. 5:11 remaining in the second frame. 3-1. Hampton leading Richland. Dunlap. It's around a defender. It's going to be turned over. Coming the other way is Marley Dankmeyer. And it's going to go clear out of play. 4:55 remaining. Another face-off coming up. This one should be deep in the zone to the left of Aaliyah Ladika, the senior netminder for the Richland Rams. Going to get around. Hampton collects it, and again, we'll dump this one down for Stevenson. Stevenson leaves it for Ginn. Back goes. It'll be picked up by Cochran, and it'll thrown on. Ladika misplayed it for half a second. Cochran gives it a little extra shot on net, and 4:38 remaining. We'll have another face-off. 3-1 is your score in this period. Dylan Fogel and Mitch Timsick getting goals for each team. They were 1 minute apart exactly. Make it 3-1. Cochran throws one through on the net that Ladika holds on to. 4:28 remaining. Another face-off. Friedman steps in with Cochran, won by Friedman. Yorchak will throw this one up along the half wall. It'll be turned over to Talbots. Up in front, Stevenson had a chance there, but Cochran will redirect the puck back to the point. Vukovic will collect it back for Cochran. Cochran and Yorchak will battle behind the cage. It'll be picked up by Stevenson. Stevenson's going to battle. It's a battle of strength in front. Going behind Cochran. And Bracken battle, and then they'll come back out. Elijah Ginn across, finds Vukovic. Vukovic across for Stevenson. Stevenson into the zone. Has Ginn, but he goes back into the half wall. Stevenson throws one down. It'll be picked up by Bracken. Bracken throws one out, and it's going to go past Friedman. Going to go behind for Ginn. Wholesale changes coming on here. Ginn across center. They'll get into the zone. Ginn brings it in. Looks for the wraparound save made. Foul for Cochran. Picks up the puck. Throws one just behind. Looking for Anagan. It's going to be Jakubowski with pressure. Will be thrown on by Tully. Across we goes. Oh, and Anagan in front could not finish up the play. 3:03 remaining in the frame. Our first penalty's coming. It's going to be an interference call. And that's going to be on Timsick. Mitch Timsick heading off for interference. The captain leaves it for the Talbots, heading to the advantage with 3 minutes remaining. Up 3-1. This will get your out-of-town scoreboard in the intermission. You can flip over if you're on our 10van.tv webpage or on the Amazon or Roku apps. You can check out the other contests that are going on from the island. And at 9 o'clock, we have another, or at 8:40, we have another contest from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex tonight. Cameron looks for a shot. It's going to be saved by Ladika. Rebound comes off. Another save by Ladika. Schwartzbach on the half wall. We'll dump this one in behind. Around it goes. Cochran thinks about it for half second on a half wall. Switches with Fogel. Across it goes. Shot on by Cameron. Glove save. Ladika held on to. 2:26 remaining in the frame and 1:26 in the power play for the Talbots. Cochran steps in with Friedman. Face off one across and cleared up by Titus, but not out. Fogel at the point. Bounces one down for Cochran. Back to Fogel. Fogel shot. Sat on top of and held on to by Ladika. 2:13 remaining in the second. Little extracurriculars going on. They'll regroup. Back out to the point. Across it'll go. Cameron. Fogel's shot goes off the pipe. Rebound comes on. It'll be cleared out by the Rams. They'll get a chance to regroup. 56 seconds remaining in the power play. The Talbots will collect. And they'll carry it out. Fogel. Across in onside. in the far corner. It'll be passed around. Cochran looking down for Cameron, could not keep it in. Schwartzbach will dump this one in back to Fogel. Fogel throws one around. Oh, it bounced off and went on cage. Ladika will smother it along the side of the cage. 1:31 remaining in the second period, 31 seconds remaining in the power play. Shots are now 29-5 in favor of the Talbots. Tully will step in with Dunlap. It'll be won by Dunlap back. Jakubowski watches it get passed around Tully. Vukovic could not collect it, and it'll be dumped back out. 17 seconds remaining in the power play for the Talbots. Again behind the cage. This one up, carrying it out is Bowser. Luke Bowser into the zone. Has Anigan to his left, but he doesn't use it. Back around, Bowser. Behind the cage, penalty has expired. It'll come back out. Bowser, dipsy doodle and back to the point. Ginn shot low, look for the tip in front, just goes wide of the cage. Tully couldn't finish it up. He picked up and going down. Wasn't it? Jakubowski couldn't get to it. Bowser across down and carrying it out is Urbanik. 38 seconds remaining. Vukovic up across, pass back to Ginn, back to Vukovic. He'll carry it in the zone. Offside is the call, 26.5 seconds remaining. (3-1) is your score, Hampton leading. Timsick will step in with Cochran. Vasilko is looking for an explanation of why there was no trip in front of the cage on that last play. Cochran steps in with Timsick. Back down, Hughes. Hughes up. Out for Dankmeyer. Thrown in behind the cage. Around it'll go. Dunlap could not collect it, so Bracken on the backhand. It's turned over to Stevenson. Stevenson shot. Goes underneath the skate. Let's wait for the call. No goal. 8.4 seconds remaining. That was sitting under her skates, and it was just a matter of whether there was a kicking motion or it came across. The referee says it did not go across. 8.4 seconds remaining. We'll have another face-off to the right of the senior netminder. Steve, it's going to be won by the Rams, and up Hughes shoots one in behind. 4 seconds to go. He picked up, and Jakubowski will just leave this one go, and it will be the end of your second frame with your score. The Hampton Talbots 3, the Richland Rams 1. We'll be back with your third period after the ice cut.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Back here with your out-of-town scoreboard. Thank you for joining me here on this Thursday. Sorry, this Monday evening. I'm so used to working Thursdays. Monday evening here at the Frozen Pond Arena. I'm Mitch. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. This game is 3-1. Hampton leading Richland. How did we get here? Joe Stevenson with a goal at 3:15 opened up the contest. At 7:49, Dylan Fogel got his first from Griffin Anigan and Elijah Schwartzbach. In the second period, 40 seconds in, Dylan Fogel would get his second of the contest from Alexander Tolley. Richland would get on the board at 1:40 as Mitch Timsick would get his fifth of the season from Wesley Dunlap. Shots in this contest are 31-5. Ladika starting this contest for the Rams. 28 saves on those 31 shots. On the opposite side, McCabe, 4 saves on his 5 that he has seen. Let's look out of town now. Reset my scoreboard. North Allegheny and Upper St. Clair at Barrel, scoreless. They are all the way into the second intermission. Shots are 18-13 in favor of the Tigers. Chris Costa and Owen Laurent with your goaltenders for that contest. Baldwin trailing Shaler 4-2 at Ice Castle. If I can get that one open, there we go. Austin Klein and Ryan Zabauer scoring for the Highlanders. Stellatano, Angelo Colamarino, and Irwin for the Titans. Jackson Fox with 18 saves so far for Shaler, and on the opposite side, Hunt with 26 saves. They are in the second intermission. This game is 3-1 Hampton. Franklin Regional leading South Fayette 2-0 at Palmer Imaging Arena. Goals by Compton and Tensoen. A start for Payson Neff, 11 saves for the Panthers. Jackson Ankrum, 20 saves on 21 shots for the Lions. Other game that has a score right now, well, no score, but it's just starting, is Greensburg-Salem Plum, 0-0 at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Once again, thank you for joining me here. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night, Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, and 10 Band TV, bringing you high school hockey. We'll be back with your third period after an ice cut.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays. Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
One of my favorite sights, of course, whenever you come to these rinks, the players that get their opportunity to sit on the benches while they're waiting for the ice cut. Legs off, just enjoying the moment. But as for that moment, it is 3-1 Hampton leading Richland as we head into the third frame. Thank you for joining me on this Monday evening. My name is Brian Mitchell. It is Berg Hockey Night, Berg Hockey Live on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. In this contest, it was Stevenson had goal for the Talbots before Fogle put off two straight, one at 7:49 of the first, and then 40 seconds in the second. Mitch Timsick getting a goal at 1:40 of that second frame to make it 3-1, and that's where we're at. Leah Ladenka with 28 saves for the Rams. On the opposite side, 4 saves for Pat McCabe. Hampton looking to hold this one out for 13 minutes or 17 minutes. I apologize. I feel like watching another contest this evening. It will be Connellsville visiting Knock. I'll have that one on a new YouTube stream, but right here on 10-Band TV 2, as Mr. Popchalk always gets the main event status on 10-Band Main, PIHL Hockey Channel. While I get relegated to my second tier channel. That's just a joke on the owners. I love it. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for joining me on this evening. Face-off coming up at center. Timsick and Cochran will be one back, and Timsick will collect the puck, carrying it in. Timsick getting around the defender. Schwartzbach throws one through for Dunlap. Nobody home. Stevenson on the half wall. Regroups, throws one in, back around Schwartzbach. Comes around, and it'll go past Urbanik. Bounces around a couple times. Schwartzbach does collect it himself. He'll lose the puck opportunity coming the other way. Urbanik comes in, shot low, saved by McCabe. Hughes will let this one go to Timsick. Ooh, tip in front by Urbanik goes on and saved by McCabe. Rebound comes up. Horton loses the puck, and it's going to be back out. Richland getting a little bit of pressure here early. Timsick into the zone. Shot will go off of the leg of McCabe. Back for Urbanik, who tries to tip this one back. Hughes across for Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach takes the puck and dumps this one out. And into the zone. Icing is the call. 16:03 remaining here in the third frame. 3-1 is your score, Hampton. But the Rams with pressure early. 3 shots in the first 57 seconds. Friedman will step in with Fogle. Face-off will be one back. Jakubowski will throw that one on the cage that will be saved, and then back on another chip on and held on to. They've doubled their shot output in the first minute 5 of this one. Friedman steps in with Fogle. Face off one, back shot on. Be tipped out from Titus. Comes back down into the near corner. Back out, Jap. They'll come back out to the point, picked up. Tully loses the puck, but Fogle comes in for the helper. Fogle throws one in behind the cage. Titus loses the puck to Fogle, throws one in front for Tully. Save made. Rebound comes back on another save. Goes back into the near corner. Vukovic will pass this one down. Anigan behind the cage looking for Tully, but it's going to come back across. Krajicek watches this one goes back. And that's going to be Jakubowski collecting the puck in the near corner. Passes one out for Griffin, but goes all the way to Vukovic. Back up it goes. Tully into the zone. We'll throw one on. It'll be gloved and held on to by the starter, Ladika. 14:57 remaining. We'll face off to the right of the Richland cage. Face off one by the Rams. Around it goes Urbanik. Throws one around for Timsick. Brings it into the zone. Half slapper on the cage. McCabe with the save. Rebound comes back out. Schwartzbach watches Timsick battle him along the wall. Cameron hit off by Timsick. Turnover. Urbanik, top of the circles, throws one through. It'll be tipped back in behind. That'll come along the half wall. Shot by Urbanik. Save made. Rebound comes out in front. Dunlap could not collect it, but it's going to be picked up and carried out temporarily by the Talbots and behind the cage. And McCabe will watch this one go behind the cage, where it's going to be Schwartzbach leaving it for Ginn. Jonick in, leaves it around. Dunlap shot high, riser goes wide of the cage. Rebound has an opportunity there, but Bowser collects. Bowser carrying it out. Coming in for Ginn. Bowser couldn't lose the puck, so it's be carried in up around Bukovic. Hack down. Bowser will watch this one go back behind for Bracken. Up for Ginn. Elijah Ginn. And that's a, see what the whistle is for. The net is off its moorings. 13:44 remaining. We'll have another face-off. Let's come all the way down to the right. Cochran will step in with Friedman. Face-off will be won by Friedman. A little bit of pressure there from Stevenson. Penalty coming up against the Talbots. They're called a cross-check. 13:38 remaining. The Rams will head to the power play, down by 2. That's going to be Stevenson heading off. The junior. And a little extra on that hit. Cochran and Tim check in. Be won by the Talbots around. Jakubkowski with a nice little keep. Jakubkowski up for Timsick. Timsick's shot goes of stick save by McCabe. Urbanek behind. Skates one around, looking in front. Opportunity for Dunlap. Couldn't get a stick on it. It's going to come back out and clear it down the ice. 1:40 remaining in the power play for the Rams. Bracken waits, thinks about it, throws one up along the half wall. It's going to make it as far as, well, Urbanek's going to let it pass him. Again, behind the cage, passes one up. High riser, and look out if you're a member of the Hampton coaching staff, as I don't think that was personal, but I will make the comment, Jake McGee is not wearing his goalie equipment anymore. Face-off coming up. Timsick will step in with Cameron. Battle around to be cleared up and over. Jakubkowski. Down for Urbanek, but it comes out of the zone. Jurček goes back behind the cage. Tries to pass it out to Timsick. Timsick gets around a defender. Vogel with a little bit of pressure, able to keep it. Urbanek can't get to it. But Dunlap will pass this one back in, but it's offside. 54 seconds remaining in the power play. It'll just be dumped in by the Talbots. As Hughes thought about it and just dumped it down. Timsick in front of us. Passes it out, but 2 white shirts are there for that one, as Hughes will dump that one back down. Jakubowski. Throws one up for Urbanek. It goes all the way through, but no. Vogel's able to keep it into the zone. Pressure here with 23 seconds remaining in the power play. Up across it goes Jakubowski. Dunlap. This is the puck. It's going to be picked up, and that's the length of the ice with 9 seconds remaining in the power play. 11:44 remaining in the frame. Ooh, opportunity here. Vogel. On the backhand, it's going to be tipped around, and penalty has expired. Timsick will carry this one out of the zone. That's going to be offside. 11:27 remaining in the frame. Faceoff will be just in front of us to our left. Friedman and Cochran, won by Cochran. They'll go back. Bukovic will pass this one back out for Cochran. He'll carry it in. Hampton looking to try to put this away. Shot on. There it is. Cameron with the goal. 4-1 is your score. If you're going to draw them up like that. Cameron just carrying it in and firing one over the suddenly cold Ladika, who didn't see a shot in that frame up until that moment. maybe one or two small ones. But Friedman is able to come in. Back out Wadsworth, couldn't get to the puck, so Cochran will have to watch this one get chased back in. Bracken goes in with Stevenson. Regroup into the near corner. It'll be passed back out. Stevenson back up to the point. Bukovic. Bukovic will throw this one down for Cochran. Once again, you'll be able to see these Talbots on 10 Band TV next Monday from Robert Morris. So if you're watching from up here, you get an opportunity one more time. Matt Popchak will be on the call. They get elevated to the big time on the main squad, not stuck down here on the sub channels. Dankmeyer. So he picked up by Urbanek. In the zone it goes. Urbanek throws one off of the outside of the post. Almost bounced one in off. That'll go the length back down, and that will be an icing call as Timsick will have to touch up, but doesn't need to with 10-12 remaining in the frame. 4-1, the Talbots leading on a Preston Cochran goal, his 6th of the season. As that penalty expired off of a face-off when he just carried it in, was able to fire one home. It'll be shot on, tipped in front. McCabe will just clear this one into the half wall. Back up it goes. Horton will dump this one down. Urbanek throws one in front, tipped out. Urbanek back down, picked up by the Talbots. Schwartzbach. Horton. Cross looking for Tully. Dunlap throws this one back in. Up it goes. Talbots will play catch. Schwartzbach around, looking for Fogel. It'll come back out. Urbanek carrying it into the zone. Throws one across. Timsick throws one across. Opportunity here. Oh, did not make it to the outside of the cage. Tip drill in front. Nobody home. Fogel will have to collect and carry it on the backhand. Back out it goes. Anigan. Back down. Anigan throws one through. Back out to the point. Bowser shot. Glove save and held on to by Ladika. 9:04 remaining in the third frame. Cameron will step in with Friedman to be won by Cameron. Bowser looked for the shot on the turning lane, but was unable to do it. The Rams throw one across for Titus. They'll go back down. Titus up around looking for Friedman. Comes back out. They dump. And rebound comes on shot. Save made, held on to. 8:40 remaining in the third frame. Another face-off coming up. 4-1, Hampton leading. Friedman will dump this one in. Chukabowski. They're on a half wall looking for Friedman. Did not see it, so it's going to go past Griffin, too. Down to the pick Friedman. Tips this one out. Titus across for Griffin. Griffin carries it in. Hampton watches it cleared across, looking for Ginn. Back behind Titus. Back up Titus. We'll dump this one around the cage. Bukovic throws one on. That'll be saved by the starting netminder Ladika. 8:02 remaining in the third frame. Face off to the left of Ladika will be won by the Rams. Bracken will throw one around. It'll be cleared up. Bracken behind on the dump back in. Cochran was the pressure on there. Ooh, Dankmeyer with an opportunity. Throws one high over, and Dimsick will bring it in. Dimsick's shot will go up and out of play. 7:39 remaining in the third frame. A face-off to the right of Pat McCabe. Down. Shot on by Urbanik. Rebound opportunity. Timsick saved by McCabe. Goes back behind. Cochran collects. Up Bracken loses the puck. Out comes Cochran. Head of steam. Over Stevenson's shot. Save and held on to by Ladika. Shots are 37-12 in favor of Hampton. Vogel steps in with Timsick. Back out. Down it goes behind. Vogel looks for the tip in front. It's going to be blocked. And that's another save for Ladika. Out Finnegan. Oh, sorry, Anigan across for Timsick. And Timsick carries it out of the zone. A little bit of pressure. He's going to pass it in. Had Urbanik. Urbanik will just dump this one in on the cage. McCabe with the save. Leaves the puck across for Bukovic. Bukovic throws one out for Fogel. Fogel coming in 2-on-2 with a trailer. Fogel has Anigan at the net. A little pressure there for Yorchak. Oh, big hit coming through by Timsick. That's going to be a penalty. Anigan got flattened by Timsick. No, rough on that one. Just came through like a freight train and got the roughing call. 2 minutes on the power play for the Talbots. 6:41 remaining in regulation. 4-1, Hampton leading. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night here on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Thank you for joining me on this Monday evening. Schwartzbach throws one across Vogel. Back over. Shot on by Cameron. Rebound comes in. Opportunity. Stevenson finishes it up. And a little extra going on. 5-1 is your score. Stevenson gets the puck in front. Fires it home for his third of the season. Sorry, fourth of the season, second of the evening. We got to clear the penalty off the scoreboard. Yeah, make sure they cleared the penalty off the scoreboard. 6:33 remaining in the third frame. 5-1. Hampton now leads. Richland's going to try to throw the puck back in. Griffin is the puck. Ginn. Jonah Ginn passes it back. Finds Schwartzbach. Ginn gets hit by Griffin. Jakubowski tries to keep the puck in. Griffin, big hit by Cameron on Griffin. Back out, a couple exceptions being taken out on the ice. Carrying it in is Cameron. He'll pass this one. Oh, sorry, Bowser will pass this one in behind everybody. Jakubowski behind the cage. Carrying it in across Ginn. Comes up. Back down around, and it's going to be cleared out past Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach up, down, going for Ginn. Come back, Jakubowski will dump this one back in behind the cage. McCabe comes out, 5:40 remaining in regulation. Back out it goes. Picked up by the Talbots. Dunlap picks his pocket, comes in, throws one on. It's tipped back on by Schwartzbach. He'll collect it and carry it out of the zone. Schwartzbach brings it in, shot on, save, and held on to by the starter, Ladika. 5:17 to go. Of course, Connellsville and Knock following this contest on Tenban TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, the PIHL Channel 2, The Dose. Join me, Brian Mitchell, another edition of high school hockey on this Monday evening. Coming back out, Urbanik. In the zone, shot on, glove save, McCabe. 5:05 remaining. Comes back out, Urbanik. Shot just wide of the cage. Goes up for Titus. Titus tips out. An opportunity coming the other way for Hampton. Tully into the zone. Save made, held on to Ladika. 4:52 remaining. Down behind, Bracken throws one around for Dunlap. Dunlap picks up the puck, throws one through for Titus. We'll bring one around, and it'll be turned over. Vogel gets taken down on the play. It'll throw one through. Bracken will clear this one back to the half wall. Vogel. Titus will come back around. Titus looks for the hit underneath. Timsick into the corner with Vogel. They'll battle it off. He'll come behind. Titus battles with him. 4:21 remaining in regulation. Back up it goes and cleared up to Urbanik. Urbanik goes on out for Dunlap. Dunlap slows the play a little bit, gets around a defender. Dunlap leaves it for Urbanik. Urbanik loses the puck on that process up to Bracken. Bracken does hold it in temporarily and does permanently keep it in. Urbanik's shot goes wide. Timsick on the half wall with Tully on the backhand. It's going to be picked up. Dunlap turns around, shot on. It'll be probably blocked and put into the half wall. From this angle, it looked like it was a block. Bracken back out for Bukovic. Goes behind his cage, will carry it across the blue, across the red. Looking across the opposite blue, brings it in. Bukovic with going coast to coast, takes a big hit from Timsick. Cochran. Up for Stevenson. Stevenson brings it in, shot on, save made. Goes behind the cage, it sits on the back of that cage. Helmet comes off. Net puck was on the net, helmet comes off, automatic whistle every time. 3:27 remaining, third frame. Stevenson losing his lid temporarily. Gets it back on, 3:27 to go. Shots are 40-16 in favor of the Talbots. Back out Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach shot. Blocker save by Ladika. Now comes back out to the point. On to Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach throws one around looking for Hughes, but it's going to be short. Wadsworth was chasing it down. Cochran in front. So the backhand goes over to Stevenson, far corner. Stevenson dipsy doodles around a defender up to the point. Hughes past Wadsworth. Hughes center. Stevenson shot goes wide of the cage. Back down to Schwartzbach on the half wall. Schwartzbach behind the cage for Cochran, goes past him. Up for Hughes, 2:50 remaining in regulation. Cochran has Horton. It's going to be picked up by Friedman. Friedman bounces one around, but nice play by Stevenson to keep it and throws one around looking for Cochran. Cochran has to take that one off the body temporarily. Jurczyk and Cochran in the corner. Cochran wins that battle, gets back around. Stevenson can't collect it, so it's going to be Cochran once again behind the cage. He goes back around, battles around Friedman, puts the hit in on Friedman. Back up to the point. It'll be shot on by Hughes, just goes wide. Down for Stevenson on the half wall. He'll go back down. Stevenson will let it go up, and Schwartzbach regroups. Throws one on the cage, had Cameron going, but goes the opposite direction. Hughes collects and back out. Schwartzbach collects it with 2 minutes remaining in regulation. 5-1, Hampton leading. Oh, look for the headman, the Cameron, but it's offside. .154 remaining in regulation. Face-off coming directly in front of us. Face-off will be one into the zone. We'll come back out, Bukovic. Up across, finds Elijah Ginn. Ginn across for Bukovic. Bukovic across for Ginn. Out it goes, passed to Timsick. Get around a defender, Timsick. Dipsy doodles his way back into his own zone with 1:24 remaining in regulation. Mitch Timsick will dump this one in behind. And it'll go. Timsick goes in with Bukovic. There'll be a little bit of pressure in the near corner. Little extras going on there. Timsick and Cameron were talking in the corners. Back out. 1 minute remaining in regulation. Ginn behind the cage, looking for Jonah. Jonah tips one around. It goes off of a defender. Back, Bowser. Out. Hughes gets around a defender. Hughes throws one through, looks for the tip in front for Ginn. He'll go down. Ginn absorbs the hit, coming back down. Bowser will leave this one down with 37 seconds remaining in regulation. The Talbots pass out for Hughes. Hughes across for Schwartzbach. Schwartzbach gets around her. Bannock. Schwartzbach on the backhand has Stevenson. Stevenson gets around a defender. Stevenson throws one on, saved by Ladika. Rebound comes down, Fogel. 15 seconds remaining in regulation. It'll come back up on the half wall. They'll regroup, and penalties at 9 seconds. It's going to be Stevenson for interference. They're just .2 seconds remaining. Let them run a little bit off, and they had to hold on it because they had to. 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds to go, and ladies and gentlemen, the Hampton Talbots will defeat the Richland Rams here at Frozen Pond Arena 5-1. Thank you for joining me here for another PIHL contest. My name is Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We'll be back with the second half of your doubleheader in a few minutes.